Oh, hey.
Hey.
And we're back. Episode 9 of the Chase Mair Show. That's like 1 away from 10 and 11 away from 20.
Yeah.
So we got a guest here. This is Logan.
Hi, guys. It's great to be here, finally.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you've been here before, I think. Just like around.
You know, I've been around. I'm kind of, they call me the Phantom because I kind of just show up places that I'm not invited to.
I thought they called you the Phantom because you were like dad or something.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no.
You just fact checked me on that one.
Well, I'm glad you had me on today, Chase. On the 22nd anniversary of Nickelback's Silver Side Up.
Well, yeah, I think I was going to bring this up. Before we start the interview, I think we should have a moment of silence. Things have changed for the worse, I think, in America ever since Silver Side Up came out. I mean, Iraq happened, the financial crash.
Yeah, man. Bitcoin.
And you know what that album reminds me of? It reminds me of who I really am. A man living in a failing country.
Yeah.
That isn't America. I would like everyone to take a moment and don't say anything. So, have you ever been interviewed before?
No. This is my first time being interviewed.
What's it like for a first timer?
It kind of, I feel like I made it in a weird way, I never thought I'd be in a place where I'd be interviewed on a syndicated radio show like this.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, we're on CBC.
Yeah, man. No, it's great.
See, that's actually me talking from the future. I'm like Nostradamus, so I can just like see through the code.
Oh, yeah, man. Nostradamus, I love him.
Yeah, he's a cool ass dude.
That's a sick pull. That's a deep cut right there. Yeah.
What could I say? We're the smartest podcast on air right now because we just have like a lot of lore going on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's ain't got shit on the lore that the Chase Mair Show has.
People who like look at Five Nights at Freddy's lore, they think it's deep because they've only seen a puddle before.
Yeah.
And the Chase Mair Show is like the ocean. It's like the Marianas Trench of like internet lore.
That's true, man. A couple of years from now, Matt Pat's going to be making videos about you.
Oh, like I think he's already got a couple on the docket right now.
Yeah.
He's got like 100 Chase Mair Show related videos just on the way. He's ready to hit the button once I hit it big.
Yeah, exactly. The big red button.
He was actually one of our first viewers.
Yeah? How do you know?
Instinct.
Okay. That makes sense, man. Yeah. That's awesome.
Also, I'm Nostradamus.
Right. Yeah, I know who Nostradamus is. It's a deep cut.
Yeah, that's such a deep cut.
Yeah.
This is why we're the smartest podcast to ever hit the airwaves.
That's right.
Joe Rogan, I mean, like, I don't think he's a very smart guy. I mean, compared to me.
Have you done DMT?
No, I don't need to.
There you go. That's exactly the right answer.
Because, like, I just see like that all the time.
Yeah, man. I'm just always seeing in fractals. I don't see color. I see equations,
Yeah, like, I see everything like hieroglyphs.
I don't have dreams because everything is a dream.
It's like I'm linked into Thoth right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking, I'm always trying to figure out ways to make this show profitable, right? Like, I'm in the hole financially and other holes. Like a deep chasm.
Yeah.
Spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to start a religion.
Okay, yeah. Tell me about that.
It feels vain to name like a religion after yourself because I was initially thinking like chaseism, but that sounds like something like discriminatory,
I'm a total chaseist.
Chasist crimes are happening all over the nation.
How long since you converted to chaseism?
I've been living it my whole life.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
But yeah, I've been trying to come up with like certain like doctrines and ideas behind it, and I've been coming up blank, Like, do you have any suggestions? Like, what's a good religious belief that I can put into my to my belief structure?
Whoa, holy, we got things falling apart over here. I think that's a sign that you should not start a religion.
No, I did that.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Well, I always I like the idea of like abstinence is it seems to be a recurring thing in a lot of religions.
Mm-hmm.
In order to actually, there's no way to like enforce that in most religions, and that's why I think chastity cages have to be immediately implemented in chaseism.
No, I agree. I think it can be like the holy Could be the holy receptacle.
Yeah.
It's like chastity is an act of prayer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the cock cage is a religious artifact.
Exactly, man. Yeah. The harder your dick gets, the further you stray from God.
Yeah. And it also really hurts.
And it really hurts. Yeah.
Like, do you have to take the cage off if you have to like piss or whatever? Like, how's that work?
No, I think that kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? Like the whole purpose is like, it's like I'm not speaking from experience, but I thought the whole thing was like, oh, I'm being humiliated. I gotta piss, but oh, my shit's locked up in a whole thing.
Well, that just sounds unpleasant. Like, I mean, like, I get the whole like the chastity thing. It's like the purpose is to get off with it, obviously. What I don't really get about it is that like, yeah, like what if you have to piss?
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do in that situation?
Yeah, man. The only thing holding me back from the chastity lifestyle is like, what if I have to piss, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, do you like? I feel like I mean, like some of them are actually cages. Like they're not like you could probably piss through them, but like would it split the stream? Would it make a mess? Would it get on the cage? The cage would just smell bad.
No, that's what I'm thinking here, man. I think we got to get to the yeah. Do they make like piss friendly chastity cages? My money says no.
I don't think there's anything friendly about a chastity cage.
No. There's no like, oh, here's a chastity cage for beginners kind of thing. It's like you kind of just got to jump in. You can't dip your toes first.
There's no entry level chastity cage.
Yeah, no, it's just you're either fucking in or you're out. Be
like,
there or be square.
Yeah, you're in or you're out. It's all Dark Souls all the time.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it's like playing Dark Souls, but I know what it's like living in a chastity cage.
It's all or like Dark Souls is a lot like being in a chastity cage.
Yeah.
Pretty sure like half the people who are into Dark Souls are also into chastity.
Oh, 100%. Well, the thing that like Dark Souls and chastity cages have in common is like hell and like demons.
And nobody's fucking.
And nobody's fucking.
You can get like an chastity cage.
Whoa, like that connects to your phone?
Yeah, you get like an app.
Well, like what would like be the function of the app?
It keeps you locked.
Oh, okay.
I imagine like I don't know, maybe your partner like can just like hit a button and they can unlock you or something.
Yeah. Or there's like a magnet in it where like if you try to take it off, your partner can like remotely like electrocute you through the chastity cage.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe you could have like some quality of life functions. Like you can have a heater in there that you can turn up if it gets like cold.
Yeah. See, I like that, but yet again, I don't think the people who design chastity cages are thinking like, how can we make this more comfortable for people? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think you can turn it up to the point where it just burns you.
Yeah. Ooh, ouch. It's mid-August and global warming is fucking our shit up. And now my dick is like extra hot.
It's 50 degrees outside and 70 down there, you know?
Fuck.
So I can't feel it anymore, but I still have the cage on.
Yeah. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
Maybe there's a tightening button.
Yeah.
There's like a little slider. You know, like how you get like smart lights and you have like the intensity like switch. Maybe it's like that. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait for this to get demonetized.
Yeah. How far in are we? Like not even.
It's we just hit 11 minutes. We're balling.
That's perfect, man. Yeah. Shit, we've covered a lot of bases so far. 9/11, chastity cages, Dark Souls.
Wait, you're talking about 9/11?
Oh, no, I meant Nickelback.
Oh, right, yeah. The worst thing to happen that day.
Yeah, no, exactly, definitely. I actually have I have one fun fact I found. Or I shouldn't say it's a fun fact. That's fucked up. You can cut that out. I have a fact about September 11th that I didn't know until today, and I was wondering if you knew it.
Okay.
So you might remember that they had to recall the original teaser trailer for Spider-Man.
Right.
Because it famously depicted Spider-Man flying to Iraq and murdering civilians.
Yeah, of course.
And so you can see retroactively why they would have to cut that.
Yeah, it was a little insensitive. It hit it a little too close to home, right?
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, before the attacks, you could see why maybe they would let something like that slide, but not so much after.
See, it's crazy that happens because I remember, I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 2. The finale was supposed to take place in Ukraine. And then Crimea got like occupied, and then that was just a whole thing, right?
Yeah, what could have been? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you think is going to happen with the Tom Holland movies? Like they're going to shoot it in Taiwan, and it's just going to like implode or something.
Yeah. You mean?
Oh, the eastern state of China.
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
It'd be like that's the thing that gets me thrown off the internet is not all the edgy jokes. Is that I'm acknowledging that Taiwan may or may not be a country.
Yeah, you're gonna start to get some weird mail there, buddy.
It's crazy how like you can just mention Taiwan and you get death threats.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the kind of haters I want on my show. I want haters that like are just filled with so much rage that they'll just flame every single thing that I post.
Well, that's again, like I feel like that's a sign that you know that you've made it in like a weird way.
You've made it when you get so many death threats, you just filter that shit out.
Yeah, you've made it when you make a clear stance on Taiwan and split your audience down the middle.
You've made it when the police show up at your house because somebody called in like a fake bomb threat.
Yeah, exactly, man.
So I don't think I'd ever live stream because one, I don't like, it's not my thing. Like I never got the whole streaming thing. It's just the idea of getting swatted is very scary to me. Like I don't have any pets, but like the police are just like legally authorized to like shoot your dog, you know?
Police do seem to like shooting dogs. Yeah, I don't really get that.
They should at least ask first.
Yeah, man, that's what pisses me off about it. Yeah.
Is like a chihuahua like really a threat to these guys? Like they're all wearing body armor and they all have like AR-15s. Like you don't need to shoot the little poodle, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, good thing you don't have a dog.
It is a good thing I don't have a dog.
Yeah.
Lord knows what would happen if I had a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, God forbid, huh?
I did have a dog. I don't know if I told the story about my dog on the podcast. No, I did. Never mind. Let's just move on.
Oh, okay.
My dog's dead.
I'm sorry, man.
It was like cancer.
Oh.
You know what? You know that there are dog dermatologists?
No, but that would kind of make sense.
Like it makes sense, but it's also like I guess there's probably like specialty, like there are dog dentists, there are
Yeah.
dog open heart surgeons. You
Yeah,
know?
man. Yeah, I'm a dog physiotherapist. I massage dogs all day long.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's all I do with them.
But yeah, dogs, how about them?
Yeah, how about dogs, man? Yeah, speaking of dogs actually, have you seen this before?
That is a crazy looking dog.
Yeah. Do you want to describe what you're looking at on my phone?
Yeah, I can describe what I'm looking at on your phone. Yeah, that's a man's asshole. He's showing me goatsy.
It's Goatsy. That's correct. I have one fun fact about Goatsy actually that I learned of today.
He's got a good asshole.
He's got a good asshole, and B, his name was like Kirk Johnson. Which, if you're gonna be the guy who did Goatsy, your name's gonna have to be Kirk Johnson. I feel like that's kind of a perfect vibe.
It does fit, although like he's not really known for his Johnson, is he?
No, but it's like he might as well name himself like Michael Butthole or something.
Johnny Prolapse.
Johnny Prolapse, yeah.
Like whatever it's like to poop for that guy, you know. Like
Yeah.
does it just fall out?
Probably, yeah. I
Does
mean,
he have to wear diapers?
I mean, it doesn't look like. Yeah, he must have to wear diapers.
So I think that, like, that's like an old picture. That's from like 20 years ago, like Nickelback. You know, it's like he's probably like in his 50s now.
Yeah. Oh, I think he was like in his 50s when that photo was taken. I think I've seen pictures of like his face. He's like kind of an older guy.
Oh yeah, he looks like he was a middle-aged guy. Yeah.
There was a death rumor about him a couple years ago that he died trying to shove like a whole volleyball up his ass.
I mean, what a way to go.
Yeah, but people I think have conflated the facts. I don't know. I can't confirm whether or not he's dead, but
Well, it's like I feel like if he's dead, it's probably like due to something mundane though. I used to think with like it's like the jar guy, you know, like the jar guy. Everybody thought he died, but he was just like fine.
yeah, you know.
He's just a freak who liked to shove jars up his ass.
Well, I don't know if he was fine. He did like have like a million shards of broken glass cut his ass apart. But after that, like
He walked it off.
he walked it off, man, and that's the big lesson. You
Just walk it off.
when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Sometimes life shoves a jar up your ass and it breaks, but sometimes you gotta shove cotton on there and then just go
Yeah.
back to work.
Yeah, dude. And then his ass made lemonade. Human lemonade.
I'd imagine just like that guy probably has pretty bad poops too.
Yeah, out of all like the crazy meme ass themed content from like the early internet, I think he probably had the most painful poops.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's just like when you're like the idea of getting like an injury on your asshole just sounds like the worst because it's like, how do you like heal that without it getting like infected, right?
Yeah. I guess like how does like a poop sack work? Do they like is it like a tube that like leads to a sack around your leg that like
I think so, yeah.
awesome.
But I don't think he had a poop sack.
No, I know. I'm just I'm just spitballing right now. Like how could this guy like get the poop out without it like inflaming, you know?
I think he just toughed it out, I guess.
Damn, that's so hard.
We should get poop sacks.
We should get poop sacks, dude. Yeah.
We wouldn't have to wipe ever again.
No, fuck that.
Mom found the poop sack.
Yeah.
It's leaking all over the place.
Ah, fuck, dude. You punctured my poop sack. Now I can't get these dogs off me.
Do you think that the guys who made like the Saw movies or like did they ever watch any of those internet shock videos, you think, for inspiration?
I feel like if they watched those videos, they would just feel inadequate by comparison because they know they can't pull off. Like they can show like, oh, cut through your eyeball to get this key out or whatever, but like they would never go to the point where it's like, all right, you have to shove a jar up your ass and it has to break.
That's true. I mean, like I guess saw traps are very they're very not PG, but they're very asexual in a way, you know, where there's no horny saw traps, I don't think.
Yeah, man. Saw is a series of half measures.
We need the horny saw traps.
We need the sexually charged saw traps. Michael, if you don't put this remote control love ends device up your ass and let me put it to full blast for 10 minutes, then we're gonna shoot you with like a gun.
I want to play a game. You claim to be an honest man, yet you're into chastity and you won't share it with the world. Right now, right around your member is a chastity cage with a heater hooked up to it, which will reach 500 Celsius in about 5 minutes if you don't make a Facebook post about how much you love chastity.
Yeah.
Live or die, it's your choice.
And that's why Saw, I think, failed as a series. Because they never broke their half measures.
Let me tell you, I had a whole bit in my head planned out that I was going to write about, like, doing a pitch for a Saw movie, and I thought, like, that would have been really good. And I remember the industry's on strike right now, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you know.
I was, like, going to come up with a lot of goofy little traps, because, you know, Saw X is coming out, I think, next week, and I'm really excited for that, but...
Me too, dude. Day one.
So, sometimes you got to let a bit go.
Every rose has its thorn.
Every bit has its time. And the bit's not now.
The bit's not now. Maybe in a week when Saw 10 comes out, then it'll be a trendy thing to talk about. You can get your stats up in the algorithm.
That's true. I mean, it is a good thing for engagement. I just don't want to be a scab.
No, that's fair. Yeah, man, we gotta have more like bits with integrity, like dog dermatologists and
shoving jars up your ass.
9/11.
We really are pushing the envelope with this one. This is the most boundary-breaking podcast I've ever done.
I'll try to reel it in a little bit. I kind of keep forgetting that we're being recorded and that this is going to be released.
I kind of gave up on getting a real job at this point. Nobody's hiring right now.
Nobody's hiring. Boy, ain't that the truth.
Anyways, I think after all that goofy little talk, I think we should break for commercials for a little bit.
All right.
Tune in after the commercials for more Logan and more conversations, more interviewing. Hopefully this next half isn't nearly as explicit. Am I right, folks? Oh no! I'm trying to expand my social media presence, but all this short form content stuff just goes over my head. What am I gonna do? Hi. I'm Chase Mair. Did you know that 34 million TikToks get uploaded every single day? Did you know that 2,500 videos get uploaded to YouTube every single minute? With all those videos out there, how are you gonna stand out? You need a professional video editor. That's where I come in. I provide efficient, engaging, and effective edits for all your content needs. I wanna help you spread your message on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. So what are you waiting for? Contact me today, and let's make something that your audience is gonna love. And we're back. Pretty good commercials, I think. I think maybe by the time you're watching this, I would have shot something new. If I didn't shoot anything new, it's a pretty good commercial because I keep on using it. So we're back with Logan.
Hey guys, I'm back and I'm feeling better than ever.
We're ready to podcast out.
Yeah, dude.
That first half was very explicit. It wasn't very family friendly.
Yeah.
Every time I do this show, I always forget that like my parents listen to it.
I guess so, huh? Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm very like flattered that they're willing to keep up with the show. But like, I don't know. I don't. It's kind of weird, the idea that my mom would know that I know what a chastity cage is. You know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't know. I felt like I felt like we were both really testing the waters before the commercial break there. But I've had a bao bun and 3 cups of coffee today.
Oh, so you're just like on pure delirium right now.
And so I feel like I'm about to fucking die.
I think all my best ideas come out of delirium, you know?
I agree for the most part, but sometimes it's just not you're not firing on all cylinders, and then you talk about chastity cage apps for like 10 minutes.
I mean, it's a good idea.
I apologize to anyone at home who is offended by the chastity cage bit or any other bit.
Well, I don't think they're offended. I think they're just more perplexed, if anything.
There you go. Let the show go on.
It's just like, what is this radical podcast talking about crazy things I've never heard about on a podcast before?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point, man. We're cutting into new territory here.
We're breaking new ground.
Yeah, that's right, man.
See, like, there's so many podcasts out there. I guess like everything's been talked about.
Yeah, no, you gotta find things that are untapped, and sometimes to do that, you gotta get your hands a little dirty.
In order to break barriers, you have to break other things.
Yeah,
like conventions and rules of taste.
Exactly. You know,
It's like I'm just trying to think of like a podcast idea that hasn't been done before, and I can't think about it.
how about like a podcast on like a roller coaster?
See, that'd be pretty good. I think the audio would be pretty bad though.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
If you're on the roller coaster, like doing like a podcast episode, do you stay on the same roller coaster for the entire interview and you just go in like a circle or whatever? Or like, how does that work?
I think that would be an interesting exercise in like exploring the character of the host and the guests, because like, yeah, it's an hour-long podcast and you have to stay in the same car on the same roller coaster as it just goes around again and again.
Yeah.
And from there, you know, you might get sick. You might just eventually get pissed off, and you might lose your mind and be like, get me out of here. I don't want a podcast anymore. But you got to just keep going, man.
We contracted you in for an hour and you're staying for an hour.
Hey, man, Rome wasn't built in a day.
It's like Hot Ones, but in a roller coaster.
Scary ones.
Ones.
Ah.
You could do like you ask, it's like a Hot Ones format where you start off with like a kiddie roller coaster and you end on like the most extreme roller coaster in the park.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you start off and you do the interview in the spinning teacups.
Right.
At the end, you're just like on the one roller coaster or something.
Yeah. You have to conduct a podcast interview while you're locked in a cage with like a really pissed off bear.
Yeah.
Who's hungry and hasn't eaten for days.
It's like a podcast in the middle of gladiatorial combat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you're in the middle of like that scene from Gladiator where he's gladiating.
Where he's gladiating all those tigers.
And you're just running around with a microphone, just being like, oh, so like, what do you think about like Rome? What's that like?
Yeah, this is crazy, isn't it? How did we get here?
Where'd they get all these tigers from?
As soon as I walked in here, I was all like, what the flip?
So what are you gonna do after the whole gladiating thing? Do you have like a routine?
Hey, who's feeding these tigers? What are they feeding them? They feeding them angry pills or something?
Are they feeding them madmen? Crazy guys?
Yeah,
they're off the walls.
Feeding them John Ham over here? You're supposed to feed them regular ham.
Yeah, I mean they are what they eat. It seems like they're fucking eating crazy right now.
Yeah, they're eating pissed off.
I really like. I've been mentally thinking that maybe a man on the street bit would be a funny thing to do at some point. You know, you see those like TikToks where it's just like a guy just walks up to someone random on the street and they're just like, what do you do for a living? What's your salary like?
Yeah.
Can I tour your apartment? I feel like the show could really benefit from something like that.
I think so too, man. Yeah, like The man on the street thing has been done a lot, but there are like hooks that you can introduce to kind of keep people interested. Like you walk up to someone, and in one hand you're holding the microphone, and the other hand you're holding
A gun.
like like a gun, yeah, or like a really pissed off bear on a leash.
Oh, that's a good premise. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the people are like, what the heck?
So yeah. So what do you do for a living? I just want to know about the bear.
Yeah, people will instantly have, like, not only will you have questions for the people, they're going to have a fucking shitload of questions for you right off the bat before you even say a word.
Which is good because I think like any good interview is actually just about the interviewer, not the interviewee.
Yeah, it's a character study. We're learning a lot about you.
I listened to Larry King for Larry King.
I watched Joe Rogan for Joe Rogan specifically. I listen to the Joe Rogan only audio.
Yeah, like I don't listen to any of the other guests.
Yeah.
I just like mentally tune it out unless I hear Joe talking.
Yeah, man. I'll let Jamie dialogue slide because, he's chill.
He's part of the cast.
He's part of the cast, and he doesn't, get in Joe's face ever.
He knows his place.
He knows his goddamn place. Yeah.
I only listen to UFC fights and only the Joe Rogan parts.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I just look away from my TV screen. I don't really care about the violence. I just care about Joe.
Yeah, I sit in front of my TV with my eyes closed and only listen to Joe Rogan being like, "Damn, wow, that was a good punch.
Yeah.
Wow, he really hit that guy, huh?"
Whoa, and he got another left hook in.
Yeah.
That was more of a Bruce Buffer kind of voice there.
It's time to fight a really pissed off bear that's hungry and on drugs.
What do you do for a living?
What's the deal with airline food?
Can I tour your apartment?
Did I do that?
How much do you pay for rent? But I think it's interesting how like content about like money does very well, which I guess makes sense because that's just like no matter who you are, money's like relevant. But I don't have any like financial knowledge, and I'm not like as morally bankrupt as like a lot of people are to pretend like I do to make money,
No, yeah. It's like I think it's a very serious sign of the times that like it's just everything that get views has to do with like, oh, you're young and you don't have any money. Well, click this link and we'll show you exactly what to do to get more money in your account.
If you're not a millionaire by 25, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that whole like influencer culture of like, grind hard, get rich quick. It's kind of just built on like shame and like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like unless you're like an industry plant, you're like getting big on social media is just like hitting the slot machine. It's a fucking casino.
Yeah.
Like I have looked at the YouTube algorithm for I don't know, like years. And like sure, there are things that you can do to like get your things to like do better in that algorithm, but it is just like hitting the slot machine.
Yeah.
It's a fucking gamble, really.
Pretty much, man. Hey, it's Mr. Beast here, and we're gonna give $100,000 to anyone who can fight this really hungry, pissed off bear.
Hey, it's me, Jimmy Beast here, sponsored by Jimmy Beast Burger and Jimmy Beast chocolate.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna give 1,000 people free college, and all they gotta do is enlist in the U.S. military.
Yeah, check this out. This is really cool, actually. They call this an AK-47.
Now, first of all, the first thing you gotta do is get up to your physical peak, which is very possible for all of us with a lot of hard work. This is what boot camp is for.
Yeah.
You got to do 150 push-ups, 10 chin-ups, and at least 50 crunches in order to get into the military.
Whoever can do 100 burpees gets a free magazine of ammunition.
See, I personally love the perks of joining the military. Like, I get to drive cool tanks just like I do in my Jimmy Beast videos. You can travel just like I, Jimmy Beast, do.
You could be like your favorite Call of Duty character, Private Soap.
You could just be like Captain Price.
You could be like that. You could be like that guy from Halo.
You could be like John Overwatch.
Yeah, and all you gotta do is fight this bear with no weapon and kill it and beat it.
And then you get to join the military for 4 years.
Yeah.
Is that you think that's like the hazing ritual? It's like you can't go to Iraq to do unspeakably awful things unless you like kill this bear with your bare hands.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's like yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what statement that would make. Yeah, like I guess it would like weed out the people who are like true. I guess patriots. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, I don't think anyone was ever justifiably sent over to Iraq. It's kind of funny to imagine that they wouldn't let you over to Iraq unless you could, like, like kill like a really pissed off animal with your bare hands.
So like at least you got to kill a coyote with your bare hands.
Yeah, we'll start you off with the coyote. That's like the novice level, and then you move up to like a big cat, like a cougar, and then from there you graduate to bear. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't get past bear. Let me tell you.
Yeah, if you're gonna become a major, you have to punch the shit out of a tiger.
Yeah, you have to slap this tiger as hard as you can. That's step one.
You can't even like kick them. You just have to use your hands.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You can't like they actually like glue your legs to the ground. They tie like cinder blocks around you so you can't like run away or anything. You have to stay in the same spot fighting that tiger.
We call it militaristic like natural selection. If the tiger if the tiger wants to kill you, it's just going to kill you. But if it doesn't want to kill you, it means that it smells honor in your blood.
See, it's like a video game, you know. It's like you can counter the deadly attack if you hit your buttons at the right time.
Yeah, it's all like a big like real life quick time event.
It's like Street Fighter, you know. It's just like when the tiger pounces at you, there's a small window you can do. If you punch it like at the right angle, like it just dies.
Yeah, it goes into slow motion for 5 seconds, and the music goes all weird.
Like everything goes X-ray, and you can just like crack its skull open.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they blindfold you when you're in the tiger cage, so you have to use listening mode.
Yeah, turn on detective mode.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, what's the biggest animal you think you could take in a fight?
Wow, that's a great question. The biggest animal I think I could take in a fight, maybe like a female deer.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like a deer or something. Deer can get like pretty, like a deer could kill you hypothetically.
Well, what deer do is they'll like stand up on their legs, on their hind legs, I guess, and they'll just like smack the top of your head. Or if they're a male, then they use their antlers to gore you. But,
see, you just got to be able to dodge it quickly. You got to do your roll dodges.
You gotta press circle at exactly the right moment.
Yeah, exactly.
When the music slows down and everything slows down. Yeah.
And then you can X-ray their intestines out.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of like what's the scariest animal I think I could take. Like maybe like I think I could take like one bigger animal like a deer, and maybe like 10 wolverines. I think I could fuck up pretty good.
I was thinking like I could probably fuck up a wolverine, you know.
Yeah.
Because like they're vicious little guys, but they're also just little guys.
I feel like wolverines were really propped up thanks to like propaganda like X-Men.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's this big strong guy with cool claws. We're going to call him Wolverine. They're just like little badgers. They're really not that scary.
No, they really aren't. I mean, like, also like Wolverine in like the comics was like 5'2". Like, how am I supposed to be scared of that?
Yeah, come on.
You telling me I'm gonna be scared of like a little guy like that? I don't care how vicious he is. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just like pat him on his head and push him away.
You're telling me I'm supposed to be scared of a guy who's less than 8 feet tall?
Yeah, exactly.
Get fucking real.
Like the fear threshold is like I feel like I'd be intimidated by a guy who's 5'8" or higher, and that's pushing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm 6 feet, so like a guy who's like 5'3", like I don't care how shredded he is. I don't care if he's got metal claws coming out of his hands or if he shoots lasers out of his eyes. Like,
Yeah.
ain't no way, Jose.
Yeah, get real, man.
Get out of town.
What's the craziest animal you think you could take in a fight? Or animals, plural?
I was thinking of maybe like a coyote, just because they're like every coyote I've ever seen, they don't have a lot of meat on their bones. Because I was gonna say like a dog, but it really depends on the dog. Because like you get like a pit bull or something, like if you got like one of those like guard dogs, like a guard dog could fuck you up, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
Like I'm not here to be cocky and say I can beat like a canine unit dog in a fight, you know. I probably couldn't. I'm a very cowardly man. But I mean, coyotes, like their whole thing is the strength in numbers thing. They're just like tiny little dogs and they're very skinny. I feel like I could take one.
Yeah, I feel like coyotes are always like hungry, which like in most cases, like in the example earlier of like a hungry bear or a hungry tiger, that's scary because like
They'll do anything.
They're desperate, yeah. But a hungry coyote is just like a little puppy dog, basically.
Yeah.
It takes a gust of wind to take one of those guys out. Yeah, to speak to the dangers of a hungry bear, that's how our friend Timothy Treadwell eventually met his end.
Of
The
course,
grizzly
yes.
man, yeah.
Pour
Yeah.
one out for a real one.
Pour one out for a real one, dude.
How long ago was that? Because I know the movie came out in like 05. Was that like a 2000 thing where he died? I don't remember.
It was definitely, yeah, early 2000s. I don't really know when. But I haven't been as obsessed with a documentary, I think, as I've been obsessed with the Grizzly Man documentary.
It is like a crazy fate for that guy. It's like he hung out with a bunch of bears, and then he got eaten by bears.
I know, yeah, like it's kind of inspiring in one sense, in that like this guy was so passionate and he cared so much about animals that he was willing to put his life in danger. And at the same time, it's just like he didn't expect to get eaten by
By a grizzly bear.
a grizzly bear. Yeah.
I don't know. They seem very friendly. I mean, like, big herbivore would convince you that most bears are dangerous. Like, most bears can chill.
That's true, man. Yeah.
That documentary proves that most bears can chill.
Exactly. Well, yeah, there are like shots of like Timothy, like he has his camera set up and he's like by a riverbed and he's like, all right, today we're here at the grizzly sanctuary, and there's just this bear, this fucking massive like elephant-sized bear like walking towards him and like swipes at him, and he's like, no, like, Sparky,
Stop it.
stay down. And he's like, he has to raise his voice to the bear, and the bear's like, the bears are never threatened by him, they're just kind of like weirded out.
There's really big dogs.
Yeah, the bears are just like, what the fuck? And then the grizzly man will be like, it's okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get mad, I still love you. And the bears are like, what the fuck? I'm going to go eat some fish.
Yeah, they said that. They looked at the camera and they were just like, yeah.
They did a Jim from The Office into the camera. They were like, what the heck is up with this guy?
Get a load of this guy.
Yeah.
I think we can domesticate bears. I think that's a possibility.
Probably. I mean, we've domesticated some crazy things before. The dogs are just wolves, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, and bears are just like fat dogs.
And bears are just dogs. Yeah, there you go.
That's just evolution. I mean, if they're trying to domesticate foxes right now, that's the big thing, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
I like foxes. They're kind of chill. I feel like they're a middle ground between like a dog and a cat.
Yeah, totally. Well, they can like climb trees, right? Or maybe I made that up.
I think they can, yeah.
That's so sick. Yeah, like if I could have a fox, I think that'd be pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a bridge. Some people are just like really like way too into dogs, and I think it's very like alienating.
Yeah.
I think some people are really into cats, and I think it's very alienating as well.
And you don't think people who are really into foxes would be alienating?
I think they'd all be furries.
Yeah, probably.
So yes, I guess. Huh?
We're so back. Yeah, no.
Maybe the furry renaissance.
Yeah, that was really the answer, to get furries like fully integrated into like mainstream society, is to have like just to introduce foxes as pets. Yeah. I guess. What's next? Yeah.
It's our whole fox family.
Yeah.
It's the entire family of people in fursuits with their 3 pet foxes.
Aw. Look at them. Yeah.
The idea of a crazy fox lady is going to sweep the nation in the later half of the century.
Yeah, man.
It's my new speculative fiction.
Yeah, there you go.
But furries, man. I know like furries, like I feel like they don't get brought up as much anymore as they used to.
No, well, I think it was like a kind of a taboo thing for a while, wasn't it? Where it was like looked at as like, oh, this is like kind of perverse and weird. But now it's just like, I feel like, this is just my perception, but I feel like everyone just kind of maybe takes it for granted, or is like, oh yeah, no, like we just kind of recognize furries as a community now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was like the first like big like famous weird internet thing. You know,
aside from Goatsy.
Well, I mean, aside from Goatsy, but there's not a Goatsy community. I mean, other than me.
Right.
There's a whole thing where it's just like, it's weird. I mean, like people still think it's weird, but I think it's just like back in like, I don't know, like the 2000s or like the early 2010s, it was like, look at these weird guys. These guys are crazy. And like you hear like so much weird shit on the internet like all the time now. It's like, it's all just noise.
Honestly, I kind of want to like try it.
Do you want to just get like a suit?
I want to get I think like the thing that's held me back from really giving it a shot is that like I'm not friends with any furries currently, and I don't want to spend like $10,000 on like a custom suit. But if those two things like were not barriers for me, I feel like I would try. Cause like you look at like footage of like some of the like I guess gatherings they have or the events that they throw, it looks like they're having more fun than I've ever had in my life.
I think you should get a job as a mascot. That'd be
Yeah.
a good entry point into
Oh,
the furry community for you.
That's genius, actually. What do you think your first persona would be? Has that been asked on the podcast before?
I don't think I've ever talked about furries on this show before.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what my first persona would be. I hope it's something cool. It'd be like a weasel, but like with like a skull tattoo on his bicep, you know?
Yeah, man. I'd be like a weasel, but like sick.
I don't know if we did this, but there was like an online test to see what kind of animal furry thing you would be. And they have all these different animals, and they just have like dragon. Why did that count? You know?
Is that otherkin? Would dragons fall under otherkin?
No, it's just like the dragon furries are like a subgenre of furries.
Oh, okay. Damn, I didn't know that.
And like I guess like you could make the argument that like yeah, sure, like anthropomorphized animals aren't real already, so it doesn't really matter. But like
That's just your opinion, man.
exactly, it's like kind of perplexing that like that's just a genre because like all of them are based off real animals. And then you just go like, oh, it's a dragon.
Well, like dragons like don't have fur, right? Would that make them scalies? Because I know is that a thing? Scalies?
I feel like well I guess scalies like would have to be a thing if the dragons are a thing. Maybe they just give the dragons hair. I don't know.
Hey, cool.
Think that's where the bad dragon products came from.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's very
Oh.
the scalies.
Whoa. Thanks, Jamie.
The more you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely pretending I didn't know that all along.
See, I'm glad that I don't appear ignorant on my podcast because I've never done that before.
No.
It's the most informed podcast on the planet.
It really is. You know, we joke around, we have fun. Sure, we push the limits sometimes, but you know, you gotta break a few eggs before you can make an omelet.
Speaking of breaking eggs, I think that's a wrap on the show.
All right.
There's nothing to do with breaking eggs. I don't know. I'm gonna work on my segues, but do you have anything you'd like to plug, share with the world?
No, I don't really have a whole lot going on right now, man. I'm just yeah.
Okay, so that's the Chase Mair Show. Another episode 9. That's the last single digit episode that we're ever gonna do. It's like maybe I'll do 9.1 and 9.2 and 9.3 or something, but like I don't even think that counts as single digit because it's like sure there's a decimal in there, but there's 2 digits. So tune in next week or maybe 2 weeks from now. Maybe I will make this bi-weekly. That's for you guys to speculate on. When you comment on this video or send me an email at deadbeatcinema@gmail.com. And yeah, that's the episode. Go home. Bye.